Good afternoon to everyone. Certainly happy to be part of this briefing for the media. The National Insurance Board is set up to really meet the needs, the partial income support needs of persons in times like this. Of course, it's not anticipated that you have such a wide-scale challenge, but we were lucky to have started this process very early and to transition our operations to be able to handle this, I think, as well as we have handled it. I would like to thank our staff as well, who have really jumped in and been working around the clock in order to get through this process. I'd like to echo some of the words of other panelists who mentioned, for example, compliance. I think that this has really brought home the importance of compliance, not just from a legalistic point of view, but because in times like these, if you are compliant, if you've done all that you have to do, and if you remain compliant and pay on time, you will be much more easily processed. And so, any challenges that we have had have really had to do because we've had to go up behind persons to ensure that they get up to and at least file the documents they need to file. I think that we have also seen the importance of formalization. So in some of the new program we have, having that business license being formalized has really made the difference between a yay or a nay in our application processes. Now, as was mentioned, we have two processes. So we have the normal unemployment benefit, and the word benefit is very important there. That is something you earn. So benefits come because you have contributed to the National Insurance Board scheme over the years. And for the UEB, that's a minimum of 52 payments, of which you have to have 13 in the last 26 weeks and 7 in the last 13 weeks. And so there's a threshold. You have to really be recently in the system in order to qualify for that. And so we've been processing over the last 4 weeks many of these. And so our latest numbers, we look at around 18,000 have now been processed at looking to have a payout of 8.7 million. So since the Prime Minister would have made his statements, we have done even more over the weekend. Our staff have continued to work in order to get out even more of those. We still have a few thousand left, and we're getting in new claims from the Department of Labor as well. And so we're just making sure that, and cross-referencing those to make sure there's no duplicates there. But we have gotten in some claims that we're working on from there. And then of course we have, it's less now, but a few thousand claims where we are processing through our compliance role, where we have to seek the records from the employers. And where we have them in our system, we just post them and get persons so that they can be processed. Now for the government UAEA, so that's a government unemployment assistance. An assistance is our terminology in Social Security world where it's not an earned benefit. So for that assistance program, we have had 7,771 applications when I looked at the dashboard this morning. Of those, we have approved 4,117, and we had 863 pending, and of course the remainder are denials. Now, just because the numbers are high in terms of, we have had duplicate applications. So people have been denied and then they reapply. The grand total of things are around just under 4,000 people who are part of the system. And so we've managed to get through that very well and pay out as of Friday when we did our last, we call it the check run, we paid out about 1.96 million for the unemployment assistance program. And so, it's a lot that's been happening there in terms of just the general world from National Insurance Board. You would have noted that in March, we did a double pension payment program. So we would have paid out about $47 million in pensions, and those go into the economy and help in tremendous ways. So, grandparents have funding in order to do the things they need to do to help the family. And so overall in the month of March, NIB pumped about $67 million into the economy.